Alright, welcome to what was probably my favorite game of 2013. This is the sort of sequel to Metal Gear Solid 4. This is Metal Gear Rising, made by my favorite developers ever at Platinum Games. And this game is actually like one of the greatest games I've ever played. It's the most fun game I'd played in years. And really, that's all what gaming should be about sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna do kind of a new game plus and enjoy the cutscenes. We'll be starting obviously at the first level.
Years. We've come so far in just 3 short years.
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people. And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists, enablers of war. But you've trained our new army well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, security can mean many things.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes, by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
I could say the same about you, Mr. Prime Minister.
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Clear the road! This is official state business! I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
A cyborg.
One of our competitors? Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
Whose?
EXIF comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get on money out of there.
Yes, sir.
To die.
Stay calm.
Guard the Prime Minister. Let's get this over with.
So here we get the real introduction to the amazing gameplay of the game. It is your sort of typical hack and slash game with a lot of differences, such as, well, this right here, this is the biggest difference, is the ability to cut anything. And you can see here I'm kind of doing something interesting to these guys. You'll see that their eyes kind of glow red for a split second right before they attack you. What you need to do when their eyes glow red is to immediately press the attack button in their direction. Like if they're coming at you from in front of you, press the attack button and then forward, and you will parry their attack, which will leave the enemy open for an attack. They don't give you a lot of information as to how to do things in this game. You mainly have to play the tutorial and look in the options. So this game can be a little complicated to get used to at first. What with the kind of fighting game like combos and some of the more complex things in the game. Once you get a hang of it though, the gameplay becomes fun as hell. And I know a lot of people really have a problem with the difficulty of this game. Honestly, I've never had a problem with it, except for like maybe one boss battle. I've seen a lot of people play this game where they've just had a really hard time with it, including like a couple months ago or so. I had my friend over the course of like a week to watch him play this game. He needed my help quite a bit in the game. I think it really depends on your playstyle. Like, I like hard games, so I guess that's why this kind of is a little easier to me, but I don't know. I'm not bragging or anything, I'm just kind of saying my thoughts. And I do really love how Raiden starts off in this game in his kind of like a modified version of his Metal Gear Solid 4 outfit. Because kind of, I actually like that outfit better than what he gets in this game. But oh well.
If you can't cut through the barricade, try the fence, eh?
So you're Jack.
What do you want with the Prime Minister?
I want him dead. Nothing personal, of course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer? Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't. Not while he's still useful. So long.
So, this boss is where myself, and I would say like 90% of the people who love this game, fell in love with this game. You might be saying to yourself, it's just the first boss in the game, it can't be that awesome. You'd be wrong. This is Metal Gear Ray. Of course, you know, it's one of those things where, shouldn't a Metal Gear be relegated to the final boss of a Metal Gear game? No. This is your opening boss. And they don't actually tell you this, but there's a lot of things in bosses, and specifically this one, that you can parry. Like, there was no, you know, kind of tell showing you that you could parry his tail, but you in fact can. This is another attack you can parry. Again, it doesn't tell you that you can. You just kind of have to use, like, logic and say, yeah, I could probably parry that. When he lunges his head at you, that is also a thing that you can parry. One of the main reasons why this game is so amazing is honestly its soundtrack. If this game didn't have as amazing a soundtrack as it does, I don't know if this game would be as good, in my opinion. Jamie Christopherson is the guy who did the music, and it is probably... I used to say Mario Galaxy was my favorite soundtrack of all time. It's gotta be this game. And we're about to see why coming up.
Very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
So this game has the best use of dynamic music that a video game could ever have. Not only is the music all good, but the lyrics kick in once you start doing specific things in the boss. But we'll get more into that as we fight more bosses in this game. This game is not directed or written by Hideo Kojima. He served as more of a kind of, I guess, consultant role. He kind of broke the story of the game, and Kenji Saito is the guy who directed it. I forget the name of the guy who wrote it, but it's not Kojima. Kojima kind of acted how George Lucas is acting in the new Star Wars movies, where he's not writing them or anything, he's just kind of consulting them. And one of the absolute best parts of this game is the kind of changes that Quentin Flynn as Raiden goes through, like vocally. It's both hilarious and awesome to listen to.
That damn Eugene. It still works?
And yeah, Ray isn't dead yet. This fight definitely isn't as awesome. It's still fun, it's just not anywhere near as awesome. I don't know how exactly I got hit there, that was a little weird. There's a bit of a delay there. But if you get hit like once, that's not really going to affect your rank all that much. Because you saw, I think I got hit once during the other Ray fight, and I still got an S. I should be fine as long as I don't take any more damage. But I won't be going for like S ranks, just FYI. I'll probably be getting a couple of them, but I mostly just want to have fun with this game. Because if I were to, you know, restart every single fight so I don't get hit and I, you know, do all these amazing combos, I wouldn't have fun with the game, if I'm being honest. Boris says use blade mode. I just like to kind of go underneath them. That's a technique you can actually use in the final boss as well. Yeah, the song that is playing right now is Rules of Nature, and it is definitely one of the best things ever. However, there are actually better songs in the game, unbelievably enough.